In this video, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to do a course launch email funnel system. So this is the autoresponder system, either when you're launching a course or when someone signs up for your free offer and then you're trying to get them to buy the course eventually. Generally, it kind of depends on whether this is new traffic that doesn't know who you are. If so, you need to establish trust and authority first by giving them a lot of free, valuable content. You want to make them feel like you're not, like whenever someone signs up to your list for the first time, they're skeptical and they're thinking the free thing probably isn't that great and it's probably going to sell me a lot of crap that I don't need. So you have to prove your authority and make them like you without just hard selling right away, but you also have to make them want the thing that you have. So the upsell to the actual course. But if you have an audience, and the way I've built an audience is I get people to sign up for free book design templates mostly. And then they get on an email funnel where I give them lots and lots of free content about how to publish, how to market, how to format, design your books. I have tons of resources, so I give them lots and lots of high value, quality content. And then eventually, I try to sell something. I could get a lot better about selling something, and you do want them to. One of my problems is that they might sign up for something, a long time ago, and then a year later I'll try to sell them something and they're not interested in the same thing anymore. So when they do sign up, it's because they're trying to solve a problem. And if they sign up for your free thing, you want to hit them with the upsell pretty soon. So maybe they signed up to learn about X, and they got the free content in a free course, but you have coaching services or you have a course or you have something of higher value that you want to sell them. You don't want to wait too long to offer it to them because they won't need it later on or they'll find something else. You want to solve the problem quickly by focusing on the pain point, then offering them, the solution. So there's a few things in just like a basic general email series. This is not just for course launches, but when someone signs up, generally you want to focus on, like, there's 3 or 4 emails you want to send that focus on like the problems and the challenges. These are the mistakes that everybody else makes. You kind of want to hit the fear factor a little bit. These are, don't do these things because you'll screw up everything. You want to provide value, but also make them afraid of doing it wrong and show that you are the authority and they need your help to do it right. So you want to do a lot of those things. And then you would offer yourself as a solution. You'd offer like, this is what you actually need. This is the problem with the industry. I have the solution. That would be a shorter term thing. But for a course launch, there are certain course launch autoresponder series or funnels that work really well for course launches. So I'm going to go through the one that I've outlined for my next course launch. It's about a 10-step email series. So there's one, Teachable has one that's called a Crazy 8. So it's kind of an 8-day funnel. A lot of people use like a 3 or 4-step funnel. Video Fruit has some good notes on conversion. I've followed a lot of people who have launched really successful online courses like Jenna Sword, and she's helped me a lot with this kind of funnel. But this is the way my outline works. First, I've been providing value for a long time, but maybe people have kind of forgotten who I am. So before I start an actual course launch where I'm asking them to buy something, I'll hit them with some really crazy useful stuff. So like, 500 ways to market your books, or just a lot of valuable free content to get back on their radar in a positive way so that they see I'm providing all of this great content. This could be some of my older posts, it could be something new, but basically great free content that gets them to open the emails and reminds them of who I am and what I'm doing. Then I would tell them my course is coming. So this would be like email number 1. I'd say my course is coming. It's launching in a couple days, or it's launching tomorrow. This is what you're going to get in my course. Then it's important to have a conversion story. So even if they've known you for a while, maybe they don't know your conversion story. Your conversion story is you need to show that you started from where they are and you've become successful. So not just that you know how to solve their problems, but that you can really resonate and identify with where they are right now, that you understand them. That's what a conversion story is for. So you start off, and also because it builds trust and authenticity, and it resonates with people. Stories are great for resonating with people. You should have more stories, more anecdotes in more of your emails. I also need to be working on that. But you basically say, I started off with these problems. I couldn't find the solutions that I wanted. So I spent a ton of money on everything and I learned everything and I figured everything out and I had these big results. In my case, I started self-publishing 10 years ago. I worked in the publishing industry for about 10 years as a cover designer and a book editor. I started some businesses that did pretty well, and now I'm writing fiction full time. So this year I've made about $35,000 in fiction, which is great because I've proven that I can make a living with my writing, and I was only able to do that because I learned everything that you need to know to market your book. So because I've had those results and because I have the history and some pain point stories where, you know, I was a poor grad student who had to sell all of my books to pay the rent, that's my conversion story. So I want to tell them basically why I made this course. So this is what I needed that I couldn't find. So I had to find everything by myself. I've proven it with results. And now I've put it all together to help other people. That's your conversion story, why you built this course and why it's different, how it's different. That's important to have pretty early. So I'd probably like email number 2. Then you would have the course is open with a link. It's a very short, quick email. The course is open, go buy it now. It'll be open for the next 10 days. You might want to have a countdown timer on your course where it's actually going to shut. If you're doing an evergreen course, you can have a time when the bonuses are going to be taken away, which is what I'm doing. Then you want to have like a big value share. So it might be a sneak preview. What I'll probably do, because I'm on Teachable, is say, you know, these are the most valuable pieces of content. It's a huge course, but I really think these 3 videos are going to help you the most. So I've made them totally free for everybody, and that will get people over to the course sales page and they can watch those videos. It's like a sneak preview of the actual course content. They'll get a lot of value out of those videos, and then they might, you know, decide to buy the course right away because at the end of the video, they'll know how much value is in the course. But this could also just be some more big shares or big content, or anything that you're sharing results. You're sharing like more helpful content. It's not really necessary to do it during a course launch series, but I don't just want to be like, buy my course for 10 days in a row. I want to be giving them big, juicy pieces of content so they, like even if they skip some of my emails, which of course they will if I'm emailing every day, I still want to get their attention back with some really useful pieces of content to prove the value, to get them invested and wanting to learn more from me. Then I would do something like, is this course right for you? So this is like the fourth or fifth email. You would overcome common objections or questions. This could be FAQ. It could just be like basic questions or doubts that people have. Is this course right for me? Can I afford this course? Will this course solve my problem? Is this course good for fiction authors or nonfiction authors? I want to address those issues. And one of the ways I can really do that well is if I include a lot of case studies. So you don't just have to have everything polished like on your landing page, on your sales page for your course. You can also be emailing testimonials and case studies throughout the course launch series, the autoresponder series. So you can be saying things like, yes, it works for everybody. For example, here's this beginner who, you know, went from $0 to $5,000 a month in Kindle sales in only 3 months after using my course. It's great if you can give very specific, detailed case studies of people who have used the course successfully so that people can identify with those people. So it's not just, you know, well, I can sell books because I've built a huge platform over the last decade, but even if you're starting from nothing, this is still a valuable course for you. Then you can do a AMA, which is an Ask Me Anything, or a Facebook Live. So you can just say, you know, I'm going to be here. It could be like a Zoom, like if you want to do a live webinar, or you could get on Facebook Live or do a live video and just say, you know, I'll be here at this time. I'll be online. I've done these even not on video because it's hard to respond to everybody's questions. I've just done them, you know, come to my Facebook group or my Facebook page, post any question you have, and I'll be there for the next 3 hours answering questions. So I'll get a lot of engagement. People can ask you questions about the course or about book marketing or about business or anything really, and you'll be there to respond. So that lets you build a personal connection with people who are thinking about buying the course and give them some immediate value because you're answering their questions. You could also do it as just, you know, if you have any questions about the course, just hit reply to this email and I will answer them. You want to make sure that you show that you're available and that you're a real person, that you care about them as an individual, and you want to make sure they see results and you're not just trying to make money by selling courses. Then you might have, this is about mid-launch, so in about day 5 or 6, you might want to add some special bonuses. So I saw this just now from Video Fruit. Video Fruit has a a blog post about their course launch and what they did to make a couple $100,000 on their last course launch. And their strategy was usually you'll get a lot of sales on the first day when it's open and on the last day just before the cart closes. So the hypothesis was if you add a special bonus halfway through and you say, you know, we decided to add this awesome special bonus, that could be something extra that pulls more people in and gets them to buy in the middle, especially if there's scarcity on the bonus. So if you say only for the next 2 days, if you buy this course, I've added this course for everybody who's bought it so far, but if you buy this course in the next 2 days, you'll also get this special bonus, but only if you buy in the next 2 days, then the bonus is going away. That means you can email them telling them about the new bonus you've added, and you can also email them a couple days later and tell them that the bonus is going away, which means like in the 10-day email system during the launch process, you might get a big spike of sales in the middle that can have significant added revenue for you. So after that, you would do like the bonus is going away at midnight. Then you would do share testimonials from students, like just to kind of show that other real people are buying the course and getting value from the course. Maybe they haven't clicked anything yet. Maybe they haven't even gone to your course sales page yet, so they don't really know what's in the course. So you can break down the benefits and show more case studies. If you can get video testimonials from your students, which is great, you could add a bunch of those in. I've seen it done where you say like, here's a couple case studies. If you want to watch more testimonials, here are 5 different video testimonials from students who have gotten value from the course, and you can add that into an email and they can click and watch those on YouTube. I've also seen successful Facebook ads where they say you can do a Facebook ad carousel and you can just show different videos, so you could have like 5 different video testimonials as a Facebook ad carousel and show that. You could do another webinar or a masterclass or a live event. This could be like a special activity that you don't want to miss. So it's not just about selling. Like I wanted to make sure that I give a lot of value to my audience even if you don't buy the course. So I've decided to do a free online masterclass for everybody where I'll break down like the biggest wins, the most important content from my course in a 1-hour live masterclass, or give away all my secrets. It's just another way to add value to your audience and get them to kind of taste what you're offering and to prove your expertise before you ask them to buy the course. Then you're kind of getting into the closing end of your funnel. So you start to do closing tomorrow, you repeat the benefits, the course is closing tomorrow. Generally you would do like it's closing tomorrow and then it's closing today at midnight and then it's closing in the next 8 hours. Then you could say closing in the next 3 hours, and you could say closing in the next 15 minutes. It's kind of up to you, but generally the majority of your sales come in the last day or two of your course launch when the cart is closing. That just tends to be the case. It's human nature. So when you say, you know, the course is closing, the benefits are going away, the bonuses are going away, this is the last call, this is the last chance to get in, this is your final reminder, the cart is closing in 15 minutes, last chance, all of these scarcity things, it's the fear of missing out. Maybe they haven't really been paying attention. Last chance to save $100, $500, last chance to get $500 in free bonuses with the course launch. Those are the things that people are gonna click on those things more. Maybe they've like ignored all of your funnel so far and they haven't opened any of your emails. They haven't really been interested in the course, but then they see that the cart is closing and suddenly they have the fear of missing out and they're like, oh, I better check that out just in case. And then they might start to check out everything that you've been sending them. So you definitely don't want to skip. I think in my last course launch I did closing tomorrow and I did like closing in 2 hours. But the more of those you send, the more money you will make. So even though it feels kind of weird to send like, you know, it's closing in 2 hours and then send another one that's closing in 15 minutes, even though that feels kind of weird and like too much, you'll make more money if you send them. So it's worth sending those extra ones. I'm gonna really try to push myself to send more emails this time and not be too afraid of burning my list. I have a really large list that doesn't earn a lot of money because I've been building it up with free stuff and not really selling very hard. So people tend to stay on my list for a really long time. But I'm paying money to keep my list. So I'm going to try to be a little bit bolder about asking for the sale. That's kind of my personal goal with this course launch. Then there's something else that I've seen done that you can do after the cart closes. The thing that works pretty well is saying, after the cart is closing, you can, like, it's closed, then you can come back and say, well, a lot of people asked me if there was a payment plan option. And so then if you want to do this strategy, you set a simple price for the course. It's just the price. And after the course ends and after the cart closes, then you can send another email saying you've opened it up for 24 more hours and you've added a payment plan. So maybe people didn't sign up because they didn't have the money right now. So maybe they didn't have $300 or $700 or $1,000. It was too big of an investment right now. They didn't sign up, but they wanted to. They were interested in it. They were like, on the fence about it. If you then open it up and say, now you have decided to offer a payment plan, you can make quite a bit of extra money for all those people who, for whatever reason, didn't buy it, but they feel it's the opposite of buyer's remorse. Like, they didn't buy it, but they're remorseful because they feel like they really wanted to get into it. If you open the cart back up for 24 more hours with a payment plan option, you can get quite a big bulk boost of extra sales at the end. So those are some tricks. That's kind of the funnel that I'll probably use something like that on this course launch. It'll look something like that. Like I said, I'm going to launch to my existing list first, which is about 40K. I have about 40K on my list. And I get about 10 or 20% open rate. So I'm shooting to sell 100 courses to my list, but if I sell really well and if I have a really strong sales course funnel email series, that's going to potentially do better. I sold 100 when I launched my first course last year, and I think I'll probably do it better this time. So I would love to sell 200, but then, like I said, this is really just getting started, and I'm gonna have a bunch of extra bonuses and added value to the people who are on my list. I'll be spending more time making sure that, like, the first batch of students gets a lot of value from the course, but then I'm gonna focus on the 8 different strategies to sell my course to a new audience with Facebook ads and free offers. And that's what I'm going to try to do for the next 8 weeks. So I'm going to launch the course hopefully in the next week or so to my list. And then I'm going to be doing a case study where I go through 8 weeks to 100K in course sales by every week, breaking down one specific course marketing module strategy, and really focusing in on testing different ways of making that funnel work, that specific course marketing funnel effective. And at the end of the 8 weeks, if I haven't gotten my 100K yet, I'll have found the one strategy that really works the best, and I'll be able to spend a lot of my course earnings on just doubling down on the one thing that works really well and seeing how big I can take it. I'm kind of at the point where I don't want to engage in risky behavior, but I also know that I have good content. People really like my courses. They are making money. I need to be a little bolder about putting myself out to a new audience who I might be able to help, who might want my course. I have a lot of free content, a lot of valuable stuff. And I've been really, really soft selling, even to my list. I'm usually like, I built this thing. You don't have to buy it. I have tons of free content. This might not be right for you. I haven't been very good at actually just selling the thing and saying, this is awesome. This is what you need. This will solve your problems. Because I don't want to be disingenuous. So my course does do a lot of things well, and it's really going to help authors. But it's just my personality. I also have a very soft sales style where I just, don't really hard sell. However, I also know that authors have problems that I can help them with, and that if they buy my course or if they pay me for services, I know that I can get them results. So I need to be a little bolder about selling my offer, because there are a lot of other people with not such good quality content or courses that don't really work very well, and they're not taking advantage of, but authors are paying them for their stuff and not seeing the results they want. And if I want to help people, if I want to help my audience, I need to be a little bolder about my positioning and my offers. And I think it's just a great, valuable skill set that I need to do for my own business. I need to learn more about scaling my audience, doing Facebook ads, doing conversions to testing and funnels. There's a lot of things that I'm investing in my education. So I'm investing my earnings for the course launch to learn as much as I can about launching courses and scaling quickly. This year, my goal was to hit 100K in online course sales. Next year, my stretch goal would be 500K in course sales, because if I really learn everything about launching courses and digital products and generating traffic to my websites, those are really valuable skills that I can use again, because once you get pretty good at launching things and sales conversion tactics and copywriting, once you learn those things, you can use them better and better every time. So, this time I may not do as well as I want to, but by next year I'll have learned so much, it'll be easier to relaunch this course or launch my next course when it comes out next year. Anyway, so that's kind of my strategy for my email funnel. And like I said, this is going to be part of a free YouTube video series on launching courses. So if you want to subscribe and make sure you watch the rest of those videos, because I'm going to be posting the results of each of the strategies that I test when they come out. Thanks, bye-bye.